I mean, a lot of this is ridiculous. I mean, Sean noted how exactly you would go after this thing, though. I think you'd have a strong case. The one thing when you say that though, cases are very expensive. Like Sean said, very expensive. We've covered a few of them. They get up into high dollars. So people when they see it and people are talking about, well, it could go this way, it could be dismissed outright. Well, you kind of plan for the long haul. So, you know,
I mean, and
make
this goes beyond like game journalism, man. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't want to say we. I mean, but yeah, I guess all of us
It does.
we've kind of put a dent in the game industry, man. Like we've hurt them like
Mhm.
pretty
Oh
bad.
yeah.
Like I mean, this is beyond game journalism. Like developers are pissed at us. So
You could say
Oh yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
entire entertainment industry is being
well,
affected.
period. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, look what Naughty Dog did the moment they dropped that trailer. They dropped it for their intergalactic. And we're gonna get to the intergalactic.
See,
thing
for
in a little-
me, it's the opposite. I feel like the more I do this, the more I mean, how do I word this? The right developers like me, because I have so many developers that I talk to
Mhm.
that are constantly just like, dude, thank you so much for actually doing this because we're sick and tired of these psychos. You know,
oh yeah, no, no.
they can't speak about it, obviously, but you know,
I don't doubt that. But what I'm saying is we're hurting these companies.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Those are the ones
Yeah.
who are pissed.
yeah, like I've gotten, like I said, I pissed off everybody with the Siri tweet, but like in reality, a lot of those people that got pissed, they're a bunch of fence sitters. And when you think about it, in the last 9 or 10 months, Gamergate I think started in March, so 9 months pretty much. In the last 9 months, we've changed more about the games industry than these fence sitters have done in like 10 years. Let's
Yeah.
just be real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So give us another year or two, and we're going to completely change everything. And even the people that are pissed at us for what we're doing and saying like, "Oh, you're just this and that," and da 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 da, they're going to be thankful in the end.
No, but I
We're
would
gonna
argue,
we're gonna fix things for you.
I would
And
argue that
you're going to be happy that we did it for you. So
that's
you can hate us all you want, but it's okay.
that's why they're coming at us so hard right now, because this is like their last hurrah. They're like they know the tsunami is coming here.
Well, it's because they have a lot of these people. What they don't realize is that, like, you know, they like to call us the grifters, but in reality, like we've said before, the real grifters are the consultancy people
Mhm.
that are charging these companies hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to basically make their games with the dog shit. Like, let's just call it what it is, like the Kim Belair's and stuff, you know?
Mhm.
So they have what you would call a good thing going. And they don't want that good thing going to suddenly dry up and no longer be a thing. So that's why they don't like Smash or me or Yellow, whatever. You know what I mean? It's because we're getting in the way of the good thing coming kind of deal. They want that gravy train to keep coming, and it's not working.
But you're also stopping the companies from making money. You know, a lot of games that would have been big if it weren't for us would have probably sold a lot better this year.
Mhm.
But they didn't,
Oh,
right?
100%.
Like some of the biggest games of the year failed because of us.
That's true. I've
Yeah.
had people actually donate money to me, and in their donations in my live streams, they're like, "This is for all the money you saved me this year."
I literally had that on my stream a few days ago when I did the Game Awards.
Yeah.
I had some people give me like donating. They're like, "Thanks for saving me like all this money on these games, so I don't have to like buy them and play them." And I'm like, "You're welcome." Because at the end of the day, like I always love when people say like, you know, like, "Oh, you're just doing this to grift. You're just doing this to have to make money." And it's like, do you really think that I want Witcher 4 to be dog shit?
Yeah, I'd
Do
rather
you
it be
really
a great
think
game.
that? That's
I'd
what I'm
rather
saying.
it
Like,
be a good game.
exactly. You really think I want Witcher?
I'm happy to be wrong on.
Dude, the amount of shit I have from The Witcher, like right now, it's not on right now. I have like LED like Witcher symbols that I can put in the background right now if I wanted to. Like, I love The Witcher. Why the fuck would I want The Witcher to be bad? Are you that retarded?
It's like
think for
when
once.
it's like when X-Men 97 came out. Like I really thought that was going to be shit, and I was so
Yeah.
happy to be wrong.
Yeah.
I was happy to be wrong because I'd rather have that series be good.
Dude,
Yeah,
I wanted to
bad.
apologize to Bo DeMaio because I was like, you know what, man, I judged you way too early. That was some of the best X-Men stuff I've seen in probably the past 20 years. Like it was amazing. No, none of us want these things to fail. You know, at our heart of hearts, we are all gamers. We all love video games. We want them to be good. That's why a game like Marvel Rivals right now is kicking ass because it's just a fun game with no ideology, no politics. Yeah, there's girls who are, you know, showing a little bit, but so what? So what? It's a fun game that everyone loves.
And
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah,
coverage on that game too, that people are being positive about it. But no one on the other side that call us scripters, they don't want to ever talk about when we're positive about stuff. They just want to talk
Right.
about when we're negative.
That's
about
another thing I've noticed too. Yeah, whenever there's a game that players celebrate and actually like,
Wukong.
it almost seems like the journalists and like those kinds of people, they don't like the fact that you're celebrating that game. Like a really good example is Black Myth Wukong,
Mhm.
right? That game came out, players across were just like, dude, this game's awesome. Like, I love that game. 100%ed it, love that game.
Mhm.
And all the journalists did was say, like, the game's shit. I hate it. It's full
Yeah.
of sexist devs, even though we don't have any proof of it.
They wanted
There
There
they
was
did the same thing to
literally
Elden Ring. The same thing to
When-
Elden Ring. When Elden Ring came out, all those developers from like Ubisoft and shit were like, why do people like this game? There's no in-game tracker. There's no journal. The UI's not good. There's not traditional side quests and all this shit. Why is it doing so well when like it's missing all the things that we put in our games? And it's like anytime players get something that they actually like from the game industry tears it down.
there was
Like
a
they tried
guy.
doing with Baldur's Gate too. Like, go fuck yourselves.
There was a journalist mad about Wukong. I've never laughed so hard. He was mad. Well, I don't remember if it was a he, she, they, z's, or I don't. It's tough to tell with these journalists. But the journalist was mad that there wasn't some random town of people of color in a
yeah, I
game
remember
about mythical China.
Oh, I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
What the fuck
wasn't
do
it
you
the
want?
same-
Like, why would there be a town of black people in China
Do you mean wait?
and
Was that different from the one
mythical
that was asking-
China?
Was that different from the one that was asking for more girls in the game? Because there was one saying
Wanted
they
more
weren't-
Oh,
girls,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they also wanted a town of people of color.
There was
So
a
there needed to
different
be
one
like
that
a
said that? I missed that.
town of people of color for them to be happy.
Yeah, a
And
game
you
that's
know what's
full of
funny?
A
animals.
game about mythical China,
Jesus.
That's crazy.
Chinese mythology, a
China.
game made in China.
This isn't something black people talk about. It's really not. Like we don't care about this stuff. So it had to have been a white liberal who made these comments, man. 'cause
Oh
there's
yeah,
no way.
100%. Oh, every
single
time, every time,
Every
yeah.
single time. They
9 times out of 10, if something stupid's getting said on the internet, it's usually a liberal white woman.
Yeah.
So,
yes, yes.
100% is. You can be like, oh, something stupid got said. What color's your hair?
But man, that was the
Oh, of
wildest
course
shit.
it's that.
Do you have a
White
nose
woman.
ring?
That was the wildest shit. I'll never forget that article. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll never forget covering it because that was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like, what the fuck do you want from a game made about mythical China? This is
what
like
I'm
their
talking about.
mythology.
Every time a game is made that people actually like, they tear it down. They never celebrate it.
Mhm.
They only celebrate the games that everybody hates because they're dog shit. But every game that's great, genuinely, they're like, no. Remember when Baldur's Gate 3 came out and they were like, oh, a bunch of developers that didn't work on the game were just like, don't expect the industry to like match this level of quality. This is a once in a generation kind of game. Like, this is not what players should expect. Like, you should expect less from us. And everyone was like, what? And then IGN made one video about it where they agreed with the players. And it was like the one video that I saw in like the last few years where people actually went like, holy shit, IGN's actually like speaking for us as players for once. And then they got attacked for it like crazy.
I remember.
And I got referenced in that video. I was in the description along with Young Yeah and Legacy Kill HD. And a day later, they took me out of the description because
Young,
I'm
yay.
problematic to them. You know what I mean?
Young, you got
like-
an opinion on any of this? Young out.
Yeah. Did you know I played Kiru in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth? That
I'm a
game's
voice
really
actor
dog
now, though.
Hey, you remember his
God.
take on Cyberpunk? Anyone?
Yeah, I do.
I don't remember.
Yeah. He's always
Oh,
on
you
the
wait,
side.
you don't remember it?
I do.
No, I don't remember. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a whole thing where he was like just praising the game forever and then like talked about how it's actually not great. Like after everyone decided it was a shit game when it first launched.
Cyberpunk is good now, I would say.
Now,
but
yeah.
like I played it the night it came out on, and it was dog shit. Like they were.
Oh
like
yeah,
garbage.
I hated it, man. I uninstalled it the same night. I was like, I
Yeah,
can't
it
do
was
this.
it was dog shit. I
kinda
refunded
wanna
it
go
and I said,
back
"No, I'm
and
good."
I kind of want to go back and play it now that it's fixed. I played through the game when it
it's
was
a genuinely
broken.
great game now. Like now, but before, no, it was awful. It was
It's
awful.
kind of like
still-
Fallout 76, where I guess it's playable now, but when it came out, it was garbage.
I
But
played as a trans woman with a giant penis and romanced the lesbian.
Is Cyberpunk still on PlayStation 4, or did they like remove
There's a
it?
5 version now. There's also
no.
an Xbox
the
X
thing
out,
is-
version.
the thing
it came
is,
out
though,
at
is
the
that-
same time for both of them.
Yeah,
but
you
Yeah,
should
yeah,
don't play it on
It
PS4.
came out for
then. Don't play it
Xbox
on
and for
PS4
PlayStation 4.
because
What's that?
Phantom Liberty is only available on current gen systems, so
Okay.
like Series X, PlayStation 5, PC. So there's really no reason to play it on PS4. I beat it on PS5, like played the DLCs, got the platinum because I'm autistic like that. I enjoyed the crap out of it. Was it better than Witcher 3? Hell no, but it was still a good game. I still think Witcher 3 is their best game they've ever made, CD Projekt Red, personally. I like, even going back to that game, the Enhanced Edition is like
You know what? I agree with that actually.
unreal how well made Witcher 3 was. And it's fun. It's weird how they're saying like we're gonna surpass that with Witcher 4. And I'm like, okay, good luck.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
agree.
saying they
I
can't
agree
do
with
it, but
that.
I'm just like, good luck, because like the game director for Witcher 3 left. He's at his own studio now making like a vampire game or something. I forgot their name. But it's just there's a lot of stupid shit like that. We're seeing a lot of these companies that are being led by people that didn't lead the previous games that were successful, yet they're trying to act like they were. And that's not just CD Projekt Red in a sense. That's also like Obsidian. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the new trailer for the Outer Worlds 2.
Oh yeah,
They're like, from the
that.
studio, from the people that brought you Fallout
Wait,
New
there's a
Vegas
trailer
and
for
brought
Outer
you
Worlds 2?
Nice.
Yep.
That's the Old Republic 2. And it's like
New?
a lot of people that
Yeah,
work at
wasn't it at the
Obsidian
Game
now didn't
Awards?
make those
Oh,
games.
I
What are
think
you talking about?
it was before you jumped on. I
That's
think.
why I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to put my little one down before. I
Yeah,
could
I'm
even watch it.
skeptical of that one then.
Yeah, Outer
2,
Worlds
I'd probably
1 was
play that.
awful.
Well, about
Keep
Outer
an
Worlds
eye
2.
out. Keep an eye out for my video tomorrow, because it's gonna blow your mind with what I'm gonna talk about with Obsidian tomorrow. It's crazy. That's all I'm gonna say right now.
Good job, Chet. I like seeing this come up. We're at $51,605. Thank you, everybody.
Obsidian's whatever,
Thank
man. They
you.
haven't, like, in my opinion, they haven't made a great game in a long time, so I don't care. And even Avowed, like, for me, like, Obsidian just
Obsidian-
seems like they're just chasing past glories. Like,
Obsidian
they're
used to be
like-
one of the best, man.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Man,
well, that's
they-
because they
they
have
made-
Chris
Knights
Avellone
of the Old
and left.
Republic 2 was
Knights of the Old Republic 2, and then of course the absolute banger, the king of Fallout New Vegas. I mean, that game,
Yeah,
in my opinion, is the best Fallout game, hands down.
I agree.
Yep, and that pissed off what's his face, Todd Howard, because he didn't make it.
Yeah, you know how I know that's like, here's how you know that that's true. On the Xbox, they actually went back. So if you have an Xbox Series X and you go and play Fallout 3, like, it's in 60 frames a second now. It's upscaled to 4K. It actually looks really good. Guess what they did for a Fallout New Vegas?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, because
Shocker,
he's probably
right?
butthurt about it.
Wow.
He doesn't. I think that dude. You can tell he's got a complex because he's so short. I mean, the memes of him, like
Genuine
they
little
made
man
him so
syndrome.
short. Yeah,
Genuine.
he's got little man syndrome.
Literally, like,
But
fucking
yeah.
a whole head shorter than Troy Baker and stuff. That was yikes.
Yeah. It's like, why didn't you update New Vegas, dude? I would imagine it can't be that hard to do. But they
And you
just
want to
leave
know
it
what's probably
untouched.
pissed them off? New Vegas was made in like less than 2 years. Like, when Obsidian was on fire making that game, they made that game in like no time. Literally made it like with no time. And they made that game probably like half the amount of time it took them to make Fallout 3. And it was better in every single way. And then Bethesda's like, well, fuck you guys, we're gonna make Fallout 4. And then it was like not nearly as good at all. And I honestly, I kind of blame Fallout 4 for this like wave that was kind of like the ground zero in a way of this like new wave of like voice protagonists where you can't be evil and you can't speak mean at all. And then that like bled into Dragon Age and shit where you're playing these characters who you just can't be a bad guy. Even if you pick the evil option, they're just like snarky. They're not
In
really
Fallout
like
4?
actual evil people. Hate
Fallout
that shit.
4. That was my biggest problem with the Fallout 4 was you had no morality.
No,
Like,
you were just
they
like
got rid of it.
good guy or
Yeah.
snarky good guy or sarcastic good guy. Same thing in Dragon Age Veilguard. Same thing. You can't be evil in that game. It's impossible.
Which is
But in
so
Fallout 3,
weird,
you can
man.
nuke the
It's
whole
so weird
town for money.
It's weird for a BioWare game to come to that, man. And maybe because I'm thinking about Mass Effect and how much I loved it, and the fact that you could be evil Shepard. Like, it's weird that BioWare went that route.
Because the people that made those games are barely there anymore. They literally like lied. They literally told on themselves. Jeff, I think, what's his name? Jeff Epler, Don Epler, whatever his name is. The guy that's the producer on Veilguard, he's one of like the original people at BioWare for a long time. And when they literally asked him, like, hey, why aren't you guys remastering Origins and Dragon Age 2? And he's like, because there's only like 20 of us that still know how to use that engine. It's like, oh, there's only 20 original developers left, is what you're telling me. They were still there when those games came out, and everybody else is new. Thanks for telling on yourselves without like realizing it. You know what I mean?
Well, like it's crazy
Stupid.
because even Inquisition, which I get was a while ago, but that was the last Dragon Age game. You could do shit like exiling your own party members and just tell them to get the fuck out, right? Like you kick out the Grey Wardens, that one fake warden, you can just tell him he's banished too. Like you could do so much fucked up shit to your own team. You could
do that
all hate you.
You could do that in Fallout New Vegas. I remember feeding one of my party members to the cannibal cult.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, and
that was an option.
You can't even kick out your party members in Veilguard. You can get them killed at the end if you don't do any quests technically. But like at no point can you tell like Tosh to like just kick rocks. It's impossible.
Well, like the thing is though, if you go that route, that's technically you failing the game, right? Like Dragon Age, you had all these different endings in every single game, right? Well, except I guess 2 because 2 got rushed, but you had these different endings, and it wasn't necessarily like this was the good option, this was the bad option, right? It was just there. You could potentially give yourself a better story if you wanted to. In this game, unless you do all the side stories, all the side quests for all the companions, which is all shoved in at the very end of the game, then you failed. Everybody dies, you die. It's a big failure, and it even tells you to go ahead and
I
do
did it all,
right.
believe me, and I found not a single party member in that game besides Harding to be any kind of interesting. And Harding's the only character on your team that is, of course, from Inquisition. So no shit, she's actually somewhat interesting. But everyone that they made that's new for that game, none of them. Okay, I 100%ed Veilguard. I played everything. I know so much about that world. I don't want to hear it. The game is dog shit.
I
don't
completely agree.
Don't even like at me about it.